Up, I got a very important announcement. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account.
If you've been keeping up with black culture news recently, you likely saw videos of Dr. Umar, the famous prince of Pan-Africanism, begging his followers for money. Rewind time back just a few years, and we saw Dr. Umar show off his luxuries and earnings. With his bank accounts now frozen, he is out of cash, and many people are coming out with details about him not only being broke, but also a scam artist, and, as some people call him, a predator. Join me as we take a look at Dr. Umar's downfall that has been in the making for the last few years. We'll explore his life and see where things went wrong, to the point where he now sits in a desperate situation where he has to turn to his social media followers to try and get a few dollars together.
Please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist.
Jermaine Shoemaker was born in 1974 when he became a native of North Philadelphia. During his childhood, Jermaine was raised as a Muslim, and he received his education from the Tanner G. Duckery and George Meade elementary schools. He also went to the Dimmer Bieber Junior High School and graduated here in 1988. After graduating, Jermaine went on to attend the Scotland School for Veterans Children, and he received his high school diploma in 1992. He was able to study here because his father is a U.S. Marine veteran. He pursued studies in clinical psychology and graduated with his Doctor of Psychology from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine in 2012. Prior to that, Jermaine attended Millersville University. The story of Jermaine, or rather, Dr. Umar as he is known today, really began in 2011, when he became a featured person of interest in the untold history of people of Aboriginal, Moor, and African descent. Tariq Nasheed was the director of the documentary, and just 2 years later, he published his own book. The book was called Psychoacademic Holocaust: The Special Education and ADHD Wars Against Black Boys. He believed that there was a strong misdiagnosis of ADHD among black communities. Dr. Umar also went on to state that the American education system stigmatized black children through this misdiagnosis, and a few years later, in 2017, he said that learning disabilities and ADHD do not exist. Over the years, Johnson became quite popular for his social media commentary. He became an activist, but also started several controversies. He has built fame, especially around his idea as a Pan-Africanist, which he often calls Pan-Africanist. In fact, he became so invested in the idea of Pan-Africanism that he even began calling himself the prince of this movement. Pan-Africanism is the solution to problems that the black race has faced. He believes strongly that people in America, particularly black Americans, need to identify with African people at a global level. He has made it clear that religion, professions, fraternal organizations, and even nationalities should not be something that causes a black person to decide how they associate themselves. As Dr. Umar made a name for himself, he also gathered a following. During his active years on social media, he has regularly made claims that he is a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass, a particularly important person in 19th century black history. Yet, no clear evidence has been made public to support this claim, even though Dr. Umar has said this multiple times. In 2018, Dr. Umar was ordered to appear at a hearing. In particular, he was set to attend a hearing before the State Board of Psychology in Pennsylvania. This was due to claims that Dr. Umar practices as a psychologist without having a license to do so. He pleaded not guilty, stating that he never said he was a licensed psychologist. There was no existing license that could be revoked by the board. Since then, Dr. Umar has done several things on the internet that caused some people to like him and others to dislike him. Throughout his time on social media, Dr. Umar has been very open about the fact that he is against interracial marriage. He is also opposed to same-sex marriage, and he has promoted a number of different conspiracy theories on his social media platforms.
Question, Dr. Umar, are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why.
For example, when Kobe Bryant died in 2020, Dr. Umar made accusations that the pharmaceutical industry and the NBA came together in order to initiate an assassination on Kobe Bryant. In September 2021, Dr. Umar went live on Instagram and actually married 2 women on his channel. This went against what he had previously been opposed to. As you can see, many things that Dr. Umar has said over the years do not always follow up with the actions he takes. This is why so many people have started to call him a con artist, a fake, and even a scammer. With that said, he was able to gain quite a large following. His Instagram account alone has over 1.1 million followers. His Instagram account is also verified, so that's another thing that adds to his fame on social media platforms. While many follow him for his teachings, some believe that his vouching for controversies is an issue, and there are also people who have called Dr. Umar out for providing wrong teachings to his followers. Then came a surprising move from Dr. Umar.
This type of thing, if it's found to be untrue, I'm sure the doc is smart enough to know that the truth will come to light.
Now, before we talk about the fact that he is now broke and begging for money, there's something important to note here. In the last couple years, Dr. Umar came to his community and followers and asked them to support a new venture that he wanted to start. It was a school. Dr. Umar believes that the American school system does not properly serve black children. We previously talked about this, how Dr. Umar believes that ADHD is misdiagnosed in black children and used as a way to stigmatize these kids.
Says one way the schools deal with perceived bad behavior is to diagnose and medicate students for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. In fact, recent studies show that there's a 70% increase of ADHD identification for black kids.
He believed that black people should be in charge of a school where black children were educated. In his speeches, he stated that black people in America are a $2 trillion market. He said it's the richest groups of Africans throughout the world, and that he was disappointed we, as black people, did not provide our children with the best education. This is what led him to the creation of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, located in Wilmington, Delaware. He has asked his followers and community to provide support for this academy in multiple instances. Yet, every time he is asked about the progress of the academy, there are excuses he brings up. Excuses instead of providing a clear timeline on when it will become available to black students in need of educational opportunities. The latest event where Umar Johnson spoke about the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy happened in June 2024, when he also gave an exclusive timeline to rolling out. Yet, this timeline didn't have the data that rolling out was expecting, but instead simply stated that they are close to the finish line. But every time they want to open up the academy, something else pops up, and they have to take care of it.
Johnson initially set a fundraising goal of $2 million to buy the former St. Paul's College in Virginia. Despite his passionate advocacy and fundraising efforts, the project has faced numerous roadblocks. People are skeptical.
Fast forward to 2025, just 1 year after this event, and Umar Johnson is seen publishing videos where he is literally begging his followers to donate money to him. He has declared himself as being completely broke, stating that all his accounts were frozen by his bank. No explanation as to why they've decided to freeze his bank accounts has been made public yet. In fact, it's not even known whether this is true, as no verifications have been provided as of yet. And at the same time, we still don't see any movement from Dr. Umar, and at the same time, we still don't see any movement from Umar in regards to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Many people are now starting to question whether this academy will even be opened up, and questioning the reasons why Umar is now suddenly begging for money when he was well off just months ago when he attended events. His Instagram accounts has also turned into a series of screenshots showing messages between his contacts and what we can assume to be Dr. Umar himself. The Prince of Pan-Africanism has now turned to his followers on social media, begging for their help after his personal and business accounts have been frozen by his bank. Being a Ghanaian-American black activist and motivational speaker, Dr. Umar, as he is most commonly known, has had his controversies over the years. Many have come out to call him a scam, a fraud, and even a predator. We've been warned in the last few years, with several famous people on YouTube and other platforms predicting moves from Dr. Umar that now seem to be true. We've now seen him in a new emerging video that's gone viral, and many people have already given their response and feedback to him, begging for money from his followers. Yet, while the black community seems to stand against him and recognize the downfall of Dr. Umar, this cannot be said for everyone. Some still seem to believe in him, possibly even sending donations, often citing the fact that many influencers reporting on this have ever experienced what it's like being on the street. What are your thoughts on this new video from Dr. Umar? Are you willing to donate to his cause? Or do you think that this is the fall of Dr. Umar and the truth is about to hit the world? Let me know what you think about the situation in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't as yet, as that gives you a chance to get a notification as soon as I upload new videos. If you found the video interesting or informative, be sure to give it a like and share it with someone who might also like to hear about Dr. Umar Johnson's latest developments.